That's why they give you the wings block. Alright, anyway. I have PB splits now, so I can actually go against my PB. You corrupt layer 2 and layer 2 level? I don't think so. Apparently not, because I just checked that. There's one function that I call that literally just updates the level. It fixes what would be layer 1 in a normal level, and I guess it also does layer 2 in a layer 2 level. It doesn't do the background. It also doesn't do layer 3 if the background, or if the level has layer 3, which I did on my own. So layer 3 stuff works. I had layer 2 stuff also working because I had the background entirely saved in the save state, but then I needed more space. So I deleted the background and told myself I would just rebuild the background. Instead of saving the background, I could just rebuild it. And I haven't done that yet. That's why it's all glitched. But I also haven't done mode 7 stuff yet because I thought maybe that one function that rebuilds the level would also do mode 7 stuff, but it doesn't. So I have to make a special case for it. Otherwise, it works pretty well for a function that's literally only 20 lines long in assembly. I was bugging Kaizo Man a lot about what I needed to do to fix the... What was I trying to fix? The graphics. I was getting him to help me fix the graphics, because that's another thing. Before, I used to save all the graphics in the save state, but I was like, I don't need to do that if I can just tell it to rebuild the graphics from the ROM like it does normally when it loads a level. So he helped me a lot with that. But I was able to build the level on my own, and then I showed him that I was like, look, I can rebuild the level in just 20 lines. He's like, whoa. What causes bombs to sometimes not flash before exploding? I have no idea. I didn't know they didn't flash. Is it a special world thing? When you beat special world, they don't flash anymore? Just like the Buzzy Beetles? I use a various assortment of words for assembly labels that are temporary. If they're not temporary, I try my best to name them the best I can. Message blocks act weird if you're holding certain buttons. If you text up and you're holding Y, you can't advance with B, but you can with A. I haven't noticed that. Could probably tell you why if I looked into it. I know SMW considers the X and Y buttons literally the exact same button. Like, it doesn't read the hardware registers, like, exactly. It parses them first. So that's probably a reason for why it's messed up. There are certain cases where it does use the hardware register, which is weird. I think mostly for the debug stuff. Which is why the practice cart input display only half of the things work on the first controller. And some things work with both, is because half the time I'm using the good registers and half the time I'm not. I need to like fix it so that they all use the same thing. Probably because it checks for, like, exactly one button on that byte. And if you're holding B, then that byte isn't exactly a Y press, but it's a Y and a B press. Because Y, B, start, select, up, down, left, right are in one byte, and then A, X, L, R are on a different byte. So it's probably checking specifically B and not Y. I bet you if you're also holding start, select, or any of the D-pad buttons, then B doesn't work either. Or Y doesn't work either. Or B. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Astral. Holding any direction doesn't affect it. Maybe it hands out the bottom half. There we go. That's a good run. That's a good run to get the first cape kill with all insta hits ever in my life. Let's see. I have to retime it because I think I split a tiny bit early. Dude, I'm right next to Steven. Steven's only goes to 1 decimal place. So I'm probably right behind him. That means I jumped up 7 spots. Actually, I don't know if I bopped Volpe or not, because I know his time on here isn't updated. Dude, that's what happens when you actually practice cape kill. To make sure that you can do insta hits, and then you just nail it first try. What even did I mess up? Ghost House was a little slow. I know I am still used to Luigi for the deboost on the first ring, so I could have gotten past the first room faster. Which means I had to delay a little longer for the second room. Probably save like half a second. Maybe less than that, I don't know. Zips were good. Front door was amazing, as you could see by the 0.6 pink. Dark room was perfect, and I got all insta hits for the first time ever. Was that the first run I did? I think that was the first run I actually did today. Killer. Parabomb. Dude, the consistency is real. Trying to see if I actually know what these words are. Meto, I looked that up, it means helmet. So the Buzzy Beetles are called helmets. Torpedo, I don't know what torpedo means. Probably torpedo. I don't know what Teresa actually means. Probably ghost. Hone is bone, so it's bone helmet for Bony Beetle. But yet fishbone is literally called fishbone. And not Sakana Hone or whatever. Or would it be Hone Sakana? Or would it be Kogyo? I don't know if you put fishbone or bonefish. Gyokotsu would be fishbone. Yo, thanks, Steven. Steven, I'm right behind you now. I think.